My name is Holly, and I am the shelter manager at the amazing Hermitage No-Kill Cat Shelter.
I'm Tiffany. I'm a CVT and the medical supervisor here. Today we're going to talk to you about some do's and don'ts when it comes to kittens. So we want you to do wait for mom.
Yes, please. This little kitten came in today about 5 minutes ago and was found by himself. And we always tell people, if you find a kitten, leave it where it is, and you can put a little circle around it to see if mama comes back of either flour or baking soda. Same thing if you find kittens with no mama, put baking soda or flour around the kittens and then just leave them alone to see if mama comes back. You'll be able to see the footprints.
So do not wait more than 2 to 4 hours depending on the age of the kitten. This little guy needs to eat every 1 to 2 hours. So something this small, you would not want to wait too long because they can become dehydrated.
Absolutely. And you definitely do, if they are in immediate danger, like in a road or anything, you want to remove them from that, or a place where they're going to be hit by anything. You want to remove them from that area.
So one of those things that you want to make sure is that you are keeping them warm. And at the same time, not let them get overheated.
Yes, yes. Keeping them warm is a #1 thing. You can put rice in a sock and tie it up and microwave it for a little bit. And make sure you put a towel over that to put in with the kittens to keep them warm. They cannot regulate their own body temperature, so it's very important that they stay warm.
They also need to be able to get away from
Yes.
the source of warmth if they get too warm.
Yes, so a little box with the ability for them to have one section that's warm and another section if they get too warm.
So one of the most important things is to not give kittens regular milk. No dairy products that are not meant for kittens.
Yes, cow's milk, goat's milk, none of that is good for a kitten. They have of course you're not going to eat now. They have a formula called KMR, or kitten milk replacement. That is what a kitten should eat. The directions for it are on the container. And if you can find a nipple about this size, this is perfect for a kitten, because a nipple bigger, the kitten can aspirate. He cranky pants.
He says, "Where's my mom?" We always talk with people who bring kittens to us about, did you look for mom? Are there siblings? Is there anyone else in that area that looks like they may belong with them? Because we always hope to reunite them, but it doesn't always happen that way based on how they were found and the worries of the people finding them. A lot of times people will panic because they see a lone kitten, not realizing that mom is probably in the middle of moving them. So we want to make sure there's appropriate time given for mom to come back and grab the straggler.
Yes, mom is the first choice always. Always, always.
We can substitute some things, but there's no true substitute for mom. And then we do want you to reach out to local rescues. When those rescues get a call about bottle babies, they can inform you exactly how things should be done,
Yes.
what to look for, like Holly said, with putting the circle around, looking for mom's footprints. That way you know she's coming back and caring for that baby. Mom has to go out and find resources for herself to make sure she's able to provide for her kittens. So we always want you to reach out for advice. If you don't know what you're doing, that's fine. A lot of people don't, but reach out to the people who do so they can guide you appropriately, because these guys are so delicate when they're at this age.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And one of the important things is, if you haven't been trained how to feed a bottle baby, it's really important that you don't. Because you can actually have the kitten aspirate if you're not sure what you're doing. A lot of times the kittens will have a hard time because the last nipple that they were on was their mom's. So it's really hard for them sometimes to transition to a plastic nipple. So you always want to make sure that you are experienced. And again, reaching out to those resources to get some guidance before you try to feed is real important.
When they get to this age, they do a lot of feeding themselves. Sometimes they just need a little guidance when they're starting the mushing stage. So if you do find an older kitten, it is appropriate to provide them some cat food. It does not have to be kitten food if you don't have it, just something to get some nourishment into them and so they don't dehydrate. This is why we feed the kittens the actual wet food to help them get some of their hydration needs met. So a kitten this size is okay to not feed milk. A lot of the times once they make it past 3 or 4 weeks, their bodies do not tolerate milk anymore.
Right. And it's kitten, it's mom and baby, right?
This is mom and baby.
Kitten, mom and baby, kitten food mixed with a little water to make it just a little more what we call
Chowder.
Yeah, a little slushy or slurpy for them. We call it slur. But yeah,
These guys aren't hungry.
this guy is.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Look at that little face. I'm waiting for the ears to start going.
This guy was literally brought in by a good Samaritan about 5 minutes ago.
While we were setting up to do this
Yes.
informational video.
Kitten season is upon us.
It is.
If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to an organization for some guidance.